In the office, everyone has a laptop, they have a desk, it's all neat and tidy, and they can use a mouse, they can do all sorts of things that will allow them to think that it's very quick and very straightforward. In the field, especially in the field, it's dirty, it's messy, it's cold, it's wet. You're wearing gloves, you've got big fat fingers because you're wearing gloves. It's just very different. And when you're in an office, you have a phone and you have email, and you can manage that. You can decide when to return the call, typically, when to return the email. You can kind of do that. When you're in the field, it's all instantaneous. You literally got people coming up in your face and saying, what do I do now? And you're turning a corner and seeing something being messed up while you look at it, so you have to immediately jump at it. So that immediacy and the urgency of it is fundamentally different than the office, and it's very easy for folks in an office to, if they haven't experienced it, to not realize it, and if they have experienced it, to either believe it can't be fixed or to believe somehow they'll work around it. A lot of the applications are way too complicated in terms of the things they say they do and how they do them, and I'm a very simple kind of a guy. So I've developed 3 tool sets, all internet-based, so I call them the I work plan, I actions, and I know how. I work plan is all the planning part. In a quality management environment, it's the plan part of plan, do, check, act. It's all about getting yourself organized and then doing what you need to do in a systematic fashion. The I actions piece is all the day-to-day stuff you have to do to support that plan. Every time you do a mock-up, a submittal, find a deficiency, do an analysis, those are all actions that are particular to that project, and they're really all a family of things that can be managed similarly, and they can evolve. You can start with one kind of action that becomes another kind of action, becomes a third kind, can be assigned, reassigned, and you need that flexibility. And then as you're doing all that, you will regularly notice that something is a piece of knowledge that the company or you personally want to capture while you remember it, because it has enduring value, ongoing value. So you need to be able to, you need to have the tools integrated with the other 2 tool set that allows you to capture that knowledge and manage it. By management, I mean, depending upon your degree of experience, you might actually capture something that you think is great, and then upon further examination is actually junk knowledge. It's bad knowledge. You got hoodwinked, whatever. So you need to have some kind of a subject matter peer review kind of a capability, but it needs to be simple. And if you can plan it out and customize the plan by the nature of the project easily, if you can then grab the individual pieces and aggregate them to your plan as you need them, and if you can capture the bits of knowledge that emerge, you're good to go. In terms of BIM, we are really good at what's called clash detection. That's noticing where the structure and the electrical and the mechanical are clashing with each other. We're very good at, as an industry, at using it to do things like calculate the square footage of very complicated building facades. Our company just finished the MNP Tower, 1021 West Hastings, and the whole tower kind of undulates as it goes up, and we used BIM to calculate accurately what the real face of that was, and we saved the owner several hundreds of thousands of dollars as opposed to a by guess and by golly approach. So it's really good for that. It's also really good for what we call 4-dimension scheduling. So we can actually we've done this. We can virtually build a building according to its schedule, and when it's done, when it's finished, it's so slick. Along the way, the point of doing it is to identify, oops, that's not going to work. We can't close the street at that time. We can't do this. We can't do that. So you work around it so that all of your assumptions on how you're going to build the building are proven in advance, and then you can literally update it on the fly if you need to. So those things we're very good at. We're not so good at the issue management side. For example, the last time I checked BIM 360 Field or similar applications, if there was a problem right here, the model might indicate right there, or it might indicate down on the floor there, it might indicate up in the ceiling there. So we're not quite at the three-dimensional specificity that we want to be at, but we're making progress all the time. All the other tools that I talked about and that we're looking at are designed to enable us to do the job we need to do more efficiently, which means better. I would say that the tools the tools that enable you to take all the bits and pieces on the periphery and put them on the plans that you're carrying around on your tablet, so that you can go to a location, say what's going on here, find it, say, oh, that's what's going on here, and then deal with it to the extent you need to. Those are making great strides, and we're there on some tools and getting there on others. So those are probably, I can't underestimate the amount of time that is spent running from an issue to where the issue data is stored and back again. And every time that we can short circuit that, we've saved time, money, and the superintendent's knees.